Okay, hello. Good afternoon or morning or evening, wherever you're joining from right now. Welcome to today's 45-minute yoga flow class. Today I called it Wake Up and Energize because I'm going to give you, with this flow, an energy boost so that you can continue on with your day with a place of clarity and energy. So this is perfect. Right now it's noon where I am. And so this is about when you get that afternoon, like right before the afternoon slump, but right after that 10 a.m. Energy boost right before that 10 a.m. Boost of energy. I usually wane at 12. So I thought this would be really, really good for that. You do not need any blocks today. Unless that is part of your regular practice, then have your blocks or books by you. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of fun today. It's choose your own adventure style. Every class is choose your own adventure style. You always have permission to take what you need and to ditch what you don't. Seriously, ditch what you don't need. So, to get that gauge, let's start off with a body scan. Find yourself in Sukhasana, legs crossed, or if it feels better for you, legs straight out in front of you. Hands cupped over your knees, palms face the sky, or palms face down towards your knees. Inhale. And exhale. Allow your eyes to close. Take 2 breaths in which your exhales are just a tad longer than your inhales. And notice that by lengthening your exhale, you're allowing the tension in your body and your mind to release. You can continue breathing like this for the remainder of our grounding, or you can just resume normal breathing. Either way, begin to sense your body from your head all the way down to your toes. Yeah, what places are tight right now that are holding tension, and can you ask it to soften? Then just getting a gauge. Where is it that needs to be challenged today? And where is it that needs rest? Nice full breaths. And noticing all the way down to your toes. Can you feel your big toes? If you can't, give it a little bit of a wiggle. It's also an indication, if you cannot feel your big toes, that you may have left your body. You're not quite back yet. So take some time here. Come back. Notice that cool air coming in through your nostrils, down the back of your throat into both lungs. And exhale, allowing all that does not serve, toxic air, stale air out. Yeah, your next inhale, can you sense that cool air coming in through your nostrils, down the back of your throat into both lungs, all the way to your belly this time. Long breath, and then exhale even longer, full and complete. Noticing that at the same time that the stale air comes out, so too does the tension melt away from your shoulders. There's a softness between your brows, softness along the sides of your neck. It translates down both arms and all the way through both legs. And you let this be easy, breathing with ease, sitting with ease, and yet keeping a sense of energy about it, almost like as if there's this pool of energy that's brewing at at the base of your spine. And on your next inhale, inhale that energy up through your spine, all the way through to the crown of your head, and let it extend even past the crown of your head. So you sit a little bit taller. And then let's begin. Next inhale, gently open your eyelids, arms up toward the sky, interlace all five fingers, flip the palms of your hands up toward the sky, and maybe sway from side to side. Yeah. Let those ribs open up, especially if you've been sitting all morning. They can feel a little bit sticky, get a little bit stuck. Stretch up, reach up, gaze up, open up your throat. And as you exhale, twist left hand over your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Twisting from your torso, not so much your neck. But if you can bring your gaze without cranking your neck too much past that right shoulder, go ahead. Go a little deeper. Inhale, arms come up and other side. Exhale, right hand over your left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, sit tall, tall spine. Exhale, twisting. Just warming up, waking up that spine, especially if these are going to be the first movements of your day. Inhale back to center and good old cat cows. We're back to that. I think we skipped the cat cows last week. Okay, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, tailbone to the sky and gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone in, and take these mindfully. Inhale, tailbone to the sky, gaze up to the ceiling. Stretch out that belly, press your hands down into the mat. And exhale, round your back, tuck that tailbone in. See if you can spend some extra time here in your cat. See if you can open up your shoulders, open up that upper back. And that's the place that usually gets tight when you sit for a long time or stay in any one position for a long time. Okay, and then find your rhythm. Continue on with these cat cows. Moving as quickly now or as slowly as you want, as feels good for you today. And perhaps you are inclined to start free flowing, to start moving and exploring different directions, different shapes within your body. If that's you, go for it. You've got 10 whole breaths here. What happens when you're given free rein? When you can do whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that feels good. Are you willing to explore? Maybe to look a little bit silly or feel a little bit silly? To go against the rules? Whatever rules you may think there is in yoga, there really aren't any. Just to be mindful and intentional. Yeah, and then eventually, big toes come together, knees as wide as your mat or as wide as you need them. The wider your knees, the deeper the hip opening. The closer your knees are, the less strain on the hips, although child's pose is quite gentle, all in all. Allow your forehead to connect down into the ground. And on your next inhale, open up the back of your heart, the back of your lungs. Exhale, sink in. Let your arms sink in, forearms sink in. One more long, deep inhale. Open up the back of your heart, the back of your lungs, energizing any energy that feels stagnant back there. And then exhale, sigh it out, sink in, feel the connection between your forehead and the mat, and turn the earth. Yeah, the energizing can be easy. Energizing doesn't necessarily mean that we have to build lots and lots of fire. Although there will be some opportunity for you to do that today if that's what you wish for. Okay, tense your fingers. Lift your elbows up off of the mat and reach toward the top of the mat, stretching your body lengthwise, drawing your sit bones down towards your heels, your fingertips toward the top of the mat. Inhale, rise up, tabletop position, and take your very first downward dog. Hips up toward the sky, maybe pedaling out your feet, freeing up your back leg line if you wish. Noticing if anything and what feels creaky today. Press your hands down and up into the mat. Nice, long spine. Then inhale, right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, sweep that right foot in between both hands. Low runner's lunge just for a hot second. And then left foot comes forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back, hands on the ground or hands on your shin. Look forward. Exhale, lower down. And inhale, arms up toward the sky. Interlace all five fingers. Release the index. Tip on over toward the right hand side. Notice where your hips are, that you're not swinging back with either hip. Whatever square feels like to you for your hips. Right hand guides the left a little further. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, tip on over. Nice, toward the left hand side. Left hand guides the right a little bit further. And again, if you've been sitting all day and this is your first movement of the day, you may feel that tightness through the side body, and that's okay. We'll get to it. Inhale, hands come up, hands to heart center, palms face forward, Tadasana, shoulders rest away from your ears. Inhale, arms come up toward the sky, and exhale, swan, dive down toward the ground. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with that right foot. Take a hot second here. Low runner's lunge on the other side. And step back, high plank, belly button to your spine, waking up your entire core. Drop down onto your knees and lower down, chest and chin. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Or if you're not quite ready for cobra yet, take a baby cobra. Either way, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower down, and draw yourself back one way or another into downward dog. Maybe pedaling out your feet a couple more times. Still getting warm here. And gently come down onto your knees. We did this one last week, and it's just so good for opening up your side body. Again, if you're on hardwood floor and your knees are sore, fold your mat in half so you have a bit more of a cushion underneath your knees. Stretch that right leg out beside you. Your left toes are tucked underneath the mat. Gate pose. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up and overhead. Inhale, rise up, right hand to right leg. Reach toward the right hand side with your left arm. Your chest faces me. So you're not drawing forward. Your chest faces me, opening up through that left shoulder. Nice. Inhale, left hand comes all the way back down. Right arm up and overhead. And this time, a bit of a balancing act. Lift that right leg up toward the sky. Right hand up toward the sky. You can point those right toes. Put a bend into your right knee and reach back, balancing act. Your chest still facing me to take hold of that right foot if you can. Gently opening up the chest. Energizing your entire posture by opening up the chest. Slowly unwind. Gently allow that right hand to come back up toward the sky. Right foot comes down and come on back onto your knees. Other side. Left leg stretches out to beside you. Right hand comes down toward the right hand side and left arm up over your left ear. Inhale, rise up. Left hand to left leg. Right arm up and overhead. Reach over. You may even feel this through your entire side torso and your right hip. Chest faces me. Roll that right shoulder back gently and inhale. You drop that right hand back down. A bit of a balancing act. That core is toned. I forgot to say that on the other side. That core is toned. Belly button to your spine is going to help you with your balance. Point those left toes. Take a bend into your left knee. And if you can, take hold of that left foot behind you. Maybe even slightly kicking, just slightly, not very hard, that left foot into your left hand. Opening up your chest. And gently unwind. Left arm comes up toward the sky, left foot out beside you, and draw yourself back into downward dog. Hips up toward the sky. Take a lift, inhale that right leg up toward the sky. Take a bend into that right knee, peel open into your right hip. Leg comes back to center. Nice, square your hips toward your mat. Belly button still to your spine. And exhale, right knee to your nose, round your back. Suck that belly button to your spine. See if you can lift that knee a little bit higher, a little bit closer towards your nose. Now we're working just a little. And then plant that right foot in between both hands. Nice. Your low runner's lunge. This time, inhale, rise all the way up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms, heart up toward the sky. Inhale, arms come up toward the sky. And exhale, hands come to either side of that right foot. Flowing here. Exhale, straighten out that right leg. Nose to shin. Inhale, low runner's lunge. Exhale, nose to shin. Inhale, low runner's lunge. Exhale, nose to shin. Inhale, low runner's lunge. Step forward. Left foot comes forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Look forward. Exhale, lower down. And inhale, arms up toward the sky. Interlace all 5 fingers. Let's go for round 2 of these standing half moons. Tip on over toward the right hand side. Square your hips. And this time, when you inhale, really inhale into that left side body, noticing that if there's anywhere still that's tight through your left side body, you open it up. Right hand guides left just a little further. Inhale. Arms come up toward the sky. Exhale, tip on over toward the left-hand side. Notice where your hips are. And notice on your next inhale, the space that you're gaining through that right side body. At the same time, let it be easy. Even when we're trying to stretch ourselves, literally and figuratively, we can let it be easy, to have a sense of ease with it. Inhale, rise all the way up. Nice. Hands to heart center, palms face forward. Let's take a regular vinyasa, Surya Namaskar A. As you're ready, inhale, arms up toward the sky, gaze past your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive down toward the ground, and inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, plant your hands. Hop or step toward the back of the mat. Flow through your choice of variations. Chaturanga Danasana or onto your belly. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Belly button to your spine. You don't have to suck it back to your spine, but it's toning back to your spine. You're remembering to use your core so that you don't injure your low back. Inhale, left leg up toward the sky. Bring a bend into that left knee. Yeah, peel open into that left hip. Really pressing down with your left hand. Really pressing down with your right hand. Leg comes back to center. Lengthen that left leg back behind you. Square your hips facing the top of your mat. And exhale, draw that left knee towards your nose. Round your back. Now you want to vacuum your belly button to your spine, really activating that core, feeling a little bit of heat surge through you. And gently plant that left foot in between both hands as gently and gracefully as you can anyway. Okay, inhale, rise all the way up, crescent lunge. Squeeze your inner leg line together so that you don't lose balance. Exhale, cactus arm, heart up toward the sky. Inhale, arms come up toward the sky. And exhale, hands come down to either side of that left foot. And we flow. Exhale, nose to shin on that left foot. Inhale, low runner's lunge. Exhale, nose to shin. Inhale, low runner's lunge. Exhale, nose to shin. Low runner's lunge. Step forward. Right foot comes forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale, peace fingers over your big toe. So if there aren't already 2 fist distance in between your feet, heel toe yourself so that there is. Of course, you can bring a bend into your knees if you'd like. Or if you need, you know that you need it if you feel strain in that low back. Gently release your hold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. And rise all the way up, hands to heart center. Palms face forward. Nice. Tadasana, just for a breath here as you remember to allow your shoulders to relax away from your ears. And then clasp your hands behind you. Inhale, heart up toward the sky. Find a sense of energy, awakening. And exhale, a bend in your knees as you fold forward. When you're ready, if you're ready, clasped hands come up and overhead. That is, of course, unless it feels like as your bones are crushing against each other if you were to draw your clasped hands overhead. In which case, just leave your hands by your sacrum then. If you have the space to, you can straighten out your legs at this point. The weight emphasized on the balls of your feet. Nice. Gently allow your hands come down towards your sacrum. Release your hold and inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, plant your hands, hop or step toward the back of the mat and flow through your way, your variation. Lower down, Chaturanga or onto your belly. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. What do you need today? Exhale, downward dog. Take 2 full breaths in downward dog. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky, your hips square toward the mat. Exhale, round your back, knee to nose. Suck that belly button in. We're going to hang out here for 2 whole breaths. Nice. And slowly and gracefully plant that right foot in between both hands. Your low runner's lunge. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist. Left arm in front, right arm behind. Keep kicking into the ball of that left foot. That's going to help you keep balance. Inhale, arms come up toward the sky. And exhale, hands come over top of that right foot. Now, if you do know that you need blocks or books for this, now is a good time to place your blocks or books to either side of that right foot. Standing half splits. As you press into that right leg, allow that left leg to take flight. Only as high as you need. Keep kicking and activating that left glute. Your gaze toward the wall or the window behind you. And squeeze your hips together. Nice. A gentle bend into that right knee. That left leg's not going to land. That left leg's not going to land. It's going to come all the way up towards your chest. And then you're going to cross left leg over that right leg. Hands to heart center, right above your right knee. Standing figure 4. Draw your hips toward the room behind you, the wall, unless you have a room behind you. And you can stay here and just enjoy the hip opener for what it is, or you can allow your hands to come all the way down onto the ground. Inhale, hands back to heart center. If they're down on the ground, rise all the way back up. Left foot still doesn't land yet. Right leg is really doing a lot for us right now. Draw that left leg back up towards your hips. A big step back behind you, crescent lunge, and then pivot both feet toward the long edge of the mat. Nice job. Hands to either side of your hips. And as you exhale, fold forward, a wide-legged forward fold. Here's where you get to catch your breath. And you get to choose if you want to hang on to the outer edges of your feet, peace fingers over your big toes, or your hands just simply in front of you, or maybe coming down onto your elbows. Your feet are slightly pigeon-toed. So if someone had to make the call, if they were pointing toward each other or away from each other, they would say toward each other. Belly button to spine. Inhale, rise up, flat back. Hands to either side of your hips. Rise all the way up. Right foot points toward the top of the mat. And windmill your hands over top of that right foot. Gently allow that left knee to come down. Low runner's lunge. Rise all the way up. Left hand up over your left ear. And tip on over toward the right hand side. This one feels so good for your hip flexors, especially if you've been running or doing a lot of hiking. I know some of the mountains have opened up here in Alberta, so a lot of the Rocky Mountains, a lot of people have been doing a lot of hiking. Okay, rise up. And we can call this the usual hip sequence. I really do love this hip opening sequence. And I do it often in the flows. So start off by drawing your right foot toward the outer right edge of the mat. Right hand on your right leg. Gaze past your right knee. If you want a little more than that, you want to get into your quadriceps as well, feel free to take a bend into that left leg. Maybe even reaching back with that right arm to take hold of that left foot. And to be clear, you're not landing on the boniest part of your knee, which really hurts. It's more like the bottommost part of your quadricep. So if you're well cushioned, especially if you're doing this on carpet, it should not be too painful against your knees. Gently, if you've got that foot in your hand, release it all the way down. Both hands come back to center. Peel open onto the outer edge of that right foot, your lizard pose. Stay exactly as you are, or choose your own adventure. You can lower down onto your elbows or onto a block. You can choose to keep this left knee down, or if you want a bit more for that left hip flexor, tuck your left toes underneath and lift that left knee up. Wherever you are, allow your head to be an extension of your spine. Don't let it hang down and don't crank it up either. Nice. Come all the way back up onto the palm of your hands. Full sole of that right foot back down on the mat. Step back, high plank, belly button to spine, and flow through your way. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, or onto your inhale, upward dog or cobra, and exhale, downward dog. You're totally allowed to mix it up and take a different variation of vinyasa every single time. Inhale, left leg up toward the sky. Hips square toward your mat. Arms nice and strong, grounding down through your fingertips and your knuckles. And then exhale. Left knee to nose, round your back, suck that belly button in. Staying here for 2 breaths. And exhale as gracefully as you can. Pop that left foot in between both hands. Rise all the way up, crescent lunge. Keep pressing into the ball of that right foot. And exhale, twist. Right arm comes in front, left arm behind. Nice. Inhale, arms come up toward the sky. And exhale, hands come over top, either side of that left foot. Get ready for your standing half split. So if you need your blocks, now's a good time to place blocks to either side of that left foot. Inhale, pressing into that left foot and engaging in that right glute. Gaze toward the back wall or window. Okay, bring a bend into that left knee. Right leg is not going to land. Right leg is not going to land. It's going to come all the way up towards your chest and cross right above your left leg. Hands to heart center. Nice job. You can stay here, enjoy this hip opening just as it is. Or if you'd like a little bit more, you can allow your hands to come down toward the ground in front of you. Nice. Hands come back to heart center. Rise all the way up. Right foot still isn't going to land. Left leg's really working for us this time. Take a big step back with that right foot. You made it. Both feet point toward the long edge of your mat, pigeon-toed. Hands to either side of your hips and exhale, fold forward. Allow the crown of your head to point toward the long edge of your mat. Softening the parts of your legs that don't need to be gripping right now. Can you have a sense of ease about this? And then inhale. Belly button to spine, hands come to center, hands to either side of your hips. Rise all the way up, left toes point toward the front of the mat, and windmill your hands down and over. That left foot, gently come down onto your right knee and rise up, right hand up towards your right ear. Tip on over toward the left hand side. Just noticing how that right hip flexor, right at the front of your hips, is feeling compared to the left. Those hip flexors are a good one to open up because they shorten and get tight anytime we need to draw our knees up toward our belly. And this even includes sitting. So if you sit for a long time, chances are this is tight. Inhale, come on back to center, both hands toward the center of the mat. Left foot toward the outer edge and left hand to left leg. Gaze past your left leg. If you'd like at this time, take a quadricep stretch as well, a bend into that right knee, reaching back with that left hand and take hold of that right foot. Slowly and gracefully allow that right foot to gently come back up down onto the mat if you have it up. Both hands to center and peel open onto the outer edge of that left foot. Take your lizard pose variation. Choose your own adventure, staying exactly as you are, or maybe coming down onto your elbows. You can even tuck your right toes underneath the mat and lift your right knee up. Any of those combinations will work. Inhale, come on up onto the palms of your hands. Nice full sole of that left foot down on the mat. Step back, high plank. Stay here just for 2 breaths as you really notice your shoulders stacking over your elbows, stacking over your wrists. As you kick into the balls of your feet and you tuck your tailbone in. Then slowly, yeah, we're going to do this. How many should we do? 5 counts. I think you can do it. 5 counts, lower down onto your belly. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Tops of your toes down onto the mat. Nice job. Allow your hands to come down behind you or beside you. The palms face up toward the sky. Your hands together behind you. These heart openers are highly energizing, so we want to squeeze our shoulder blades together so that you can really open up the heart. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And on your next inhale, rise all the way up. Draw up, stretch up. Exhale, lower all the way down. One more time. Inhale, stretch up, reach up with your heart. And exhale, nice, all the way down. Hands come beside you. And one way or another, make your way back into downward dog. Okay, we'll try that sequence one more time, a little bit faster. So we'll try to take one movement per breath. Even though, with that said, the most important thing is that you don't feel rushed, that you take it mindfully. So if you need to move a little bit slower, absolutely go at your own pace. Inhale, right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, round your back, squeeze your belly button to your spine. Plant that right foot in between both hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, and exhale, twist, left arm in front, right arm behind. Keep pressing into your left foot. Inhale, arms come up toward the sky, and exhale, hands to either side of that right foot. Next breath, inhale, standing half split, squeeze that left glute. Bring your gaze toward the wall behind you. Bend into that right knee. Draw that left knee up towards your chest. Cross it over right above your right knee, hands to heart center. Standing figure four. Perhaps this time your hands come down onto the ground. Moving slowly, you've got time here. If your hands reach the ground, perhaps you wrap your left toes over your right tricep. And then you can even try to take an arm balance. I don't know if that's going to happen for me today. But if you got into your arm balance, good job. Inhale from wherever you are. Rise all the way up. Left knee to chest. Take a big step back. Nice. Point both feet toward the long edge of the mat. Hands to either side of your hips. And exhale. Wide-legged forward fold. Take your variation. You can even wrap your hands behind you if you'd like, clasping them together. Hands come to center. Inhale, belly button to spine, rise all the way up. Point your right toes toward the top of the mat. Windmill your hands over top. That right foot gently come down onto your left knee. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, tip. Left hand over toward the right hand side. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Both hands toward the center of the mat, right foot toward the right edge of the mat, and right hand on your right knee. If you'd like, you've got time, you can take a bend into that left leg and do a quadricep stretch here if you'd like. Gently allow that left foot to come all the way down, both hands back to center. Peel open onto the outer edge of that right foot. Nice. And find your lizard pose. We'll take 2 breaths here. Inhale, come on back up onto the palm of your hands, tuck your left toes underneath and sweep right foot behind, high plank, and flow through your style, your way, Chaturanga Dandasana or onto your belly. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, and exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, left leg up toward the sky. Exhale, round your back, draw your belly button to your spine. Gently plant that left foot in between both hands. Rise all the way up. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twisting right arm in front, left arm behind. Inhale, arms up toward the sky. And exhale, hands over top of that left foot. Press into that left leg. Squeeze your right glute. Standing half splits, gaze toward the wall or the window behind you. Bring a bend into that left leg. Right knee comes all the way up towards your chest. Right foot crosses above your left knee. And hands to heart center. Standing figure four. Perhaps your hands come down onto the mat. If it's part of your practice, wrap your left toes behind, or your right toes behind your left tricep. You can even try an arm balance here. Definitely not happening for me today. I do not know what I was doing all weekend. My hips were so tight. Nice inhale, hands back to heart center. From wherever you are, rise up. Draw your right knee towards your chest and take a big step back. Both feet point toward the long edge of the mat. Hands to either side of your hips. And exhale, fold forward. Wide-legged forward pose. Your hands reaching for the edges of your feet. Peace fingers over your big toes or your arms in front of you. Maybe even coming down onto your elbows. Inhale, belly button to spine. Rise up, all the way up. Point your left toes toward the short edge of the mat. Windmill your hands over top of that left foot. Gently lower down onto your right knee. Low runner's lunge. Right arm up towards your right ear. Tip on over toward the left-hand side. And inhale, rise back up. Both hands toward the center of the mat. Heel toe, heel toe. Your left foot toward the outer edge of the mat. Left hand to left leg. Gaze past your left leg. If you'd like, take a bend into that right knee and reach back for a quadricep stretch. Gently allow that right foot to come all the way down. Find your lizard pose. Peel open onto the outer edge of that left foot. You can come down onto your elbows, or you can tuck your right toes underneath and lift that right knee up off the mat. Nice. Inhale. Come back up onto the palm of your hands. Full sole of that left foot back down on the mat. Step back, high plank, and flow through your variation. Lower down, Chaturanga or onto your belly. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Long, deep inhale. And exhale. And gently come down onto your knees. Come all the way up onto your knees. Your toes remain tucked. Let's do camel pose, or more rather, a camel pose modification to begin with. The heels of your hands on your low back to protect that low back. So with camel pose, a lot of times you see people come back in camel, and it looks like it's about the low back because it's so bendy looking, but it's about the opening of the heart. It's about the engagement of your abs. So it's very much about the front side of the body. Try this modification first. Heels your hands on your sacrum to protect that low back. And then inhale, heart up toward the sky. Gaze up toward the sky. Rise all the way up, engaging your core as you do. Nice. And we'll try it one more time. Heels your hands on your sacrum. And next breath, open your heart up. Feel your shoulders opening up. Gaze up toward the sky. And then come all the way back up using the engagement of your core. Left hand to the heel of your left foot. Right hand sweeps across the front of your right body, or the front of your body. Exhale, right hand sweeps back across, lands on your right heel, and left arm sweeps up and overhead. Nice. Flowing in this manner just a couple of times. And the next time that your hand lands, left hand on your left heel, if you feel open to it, if you feel ready for it, allow that right hand to land on your heel. And if not, keep on flowing. not keep on flowing. If you have landed in camel, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. Probably the only time I'll ever say that, but it's going to help you breathe. Activate your core. Remember, it's about the core drawing you up, not your back. And draw yourself with your core all the way back up. Nice job. Okay, counter pose. Big toes come together, knees as wide as your mat. Take a child's pose. Your sit bones down towards your heels. And you can just let it all be easy. And two slight shifts to make this even more introspective. Come into seed pose. Draw your knees closer together. And allow your arms to come back behind you. Inhale. Rise all the way up into tabletop position. Let's finish off where we started with a couple of cat cows. Inhale, tailbone to the sky and gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your back. Yeah, perfect. You know the drill now. Couple more. And then eventually come back to tabletop position. Inhale, right arm up toward the sky. Your chest is probably nice and open now. Exhale, sweep. Right arm underneath the left, land on your shoulder, your head to follow. Inhale, right arm up toward the sky. And exhale, plant that right hand back down. Left arm comes up toward the sky. And exhale, left arm underneath the right. Ending off with a little bit of love for the shoulders. Inhale, left arm up toward the sky. Keep that chest nice and open. And exhale, plant that left hand back down toward the ground. Sweep your feet out in front of you. Roll all the way back onto your back. Nice. Maybe rock from side to side or find some low back release here. Eventually, come back to stillness, knees still bent, and squeeze everything together. See how tiny of a ball you can make yourself. Maybe your forehead tries to touch your knees. Your abs, your core is definitely engaged. Squeeze everything together and then exhale. Sprawl out. Your legs come out in front of you. Your hands down beside you. Palms face the sky. Feet flopped out to either which way. Shavasana. The final pose, the ultimate pose, the one where all of the benefits of your practice, even though it's an energizing sequence, integrates. Even though it's an energizing sequence, we take Shavasana so that we can tune back in one more time to the inner world, to notice the shifts that you've created for yourself. So notice from your head down to your toes, everything's softening. There's a sense of energy about it all, but you're here with so much more ease. And then sink in, sink down. Letting your system rest. Completing your practice with 3 breaths, 3 of the fullest longest, deepest, most mindful breaths that you take in all day long. And then bring movement back into your body, your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet. Maybe stretching your arms up overhead for a nice deep stretch. Draw your knees into your chest, your arms around your knees. Tip on over to one side or the other. And use your hands, no rush at all, to help you up into a seated position. As you arrive, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra, bow in toward yourself, closing your eyes one last time. And take a moment here to feel what it feels like to actually be here, to be present. All the pieces of you, mind and body. And then recognizing yourself and thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today, for showing up on the mat and collecting all the pieces of yourself so that you can continue on your day as your whole self, your full self, with maximum clarity. And of course, to recognize the light within you. Gently flutter your eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.